All right, let's get into this. Today, we're going to explore a really beautiful piece of writing. It's an imagined conversation inspired by that famous Billy Collins poem, The Lanyard. And it asks a really profound question. What if you could meet a loved one after they were gone and finally find the right words? So we're going to unpack that heartfelt reunion. The story opens with this line and it just hits you, right? It's all about those small, innocent moments from way back when that somehow get heavier and more meaningful as time goes on, sometimes long after the person you gave the gift to is gone. I mean, this is the whole premise that pulls you in. It's such a universal feeling, isn't it? That chance to get some clarity, to say you're sorry, or just to understand. This entire story just blossoms from this one powerful what if. Okay, so let's get to the real heart of the original poem, the conflict that really drives this whole imagined conversation. And it all revolves around this tiny handmade gift from a little boy to his mother, and that slow dawning realization of just how lopsided that exchange always felt to him. And when you see it laid out like this, the contrast is just, wow. It's almost funny. On one side, you've got these boundless, unmeasurable gifts of a mother. And on the other, a simple piece of braided plastic from summer camp. The story uses this almost comical imbalance to get at a really deep, painful truth the son carried for decades, this gnawing feeling that he could never, ever make things even. So this is where it all happens. The author imagines this incredible place beyond our world, a perfectly still lake, this gentle light, and a single wooden bench where Billy finally sees his mother again. This is where the real healing can start. And get this is the very first thing she says to him. Just imagine hearing that. Instantly, any fear of stumbling over your words, of not saying the perfect thing, it just dissolves. Her presence is just total unconditional acceptance. He made it. And that is literally all that matters to her. But he's been carrying this weight around for so long, so his first instinct is to confess, to just unload all this regret. He's not just sad that she's gone, he's grieving his own blindness when she was alive, all those quiet, everyday things she did that he just took for granted. And here is where his mother's wisdom just shines. She sees that lanyard not as some silly little object, but as the very reason they can have this conversation right now. It's the key. It's the tiny doorway that opens up into everything they never got to say. So we're getting to the absolute core of it now. The whole point of this meeting is to dismantle this huge misunderstanding that's caused Billy a lifetime of pain. He truly believed that love was like a currency, a debt that he had completely failed to repay. This is the story he's been telling himself his whole life. He saw all her constant giving as entries in a ledger, and his one tiny lanyard as this pathetic attempt to balance the books. He felt like he was just forever in the red. Just think about that for a second. With one simple sentence, his mother just completely shatters his entire life's regret. It's such a powerful moment. She wasn't keeping score, she wasn't running some cosmic tally, she was just being a mom, loving her son. And this is really her whole philosophy, right here. Love, especially a parent's love, it's not a bill that comes due. The story tells us it's more like an environment, an atmosphere that a child just lives and breathes in, long before they could ever understand it.
So if you don't pay it back, what are you supposed to do with it? This is her answer. You honor the love you got by passing it on. You let it move through you, through your kindness, through your forgiveness, through the way you notice other people. You become a conduit for that love.
Okay, so this new understanding completely changes everything. The lanyard itself, the very object that was once a symbol of his failure, is about to be redeemed. You can actually see the whole journey of this little object right here. It's amazing. First, it was just this awkward offering from a kid. Then, as he got older, it became a kind of tender, inside joke against himself. But over the years, that joke got heavier. It hardened into this symbol of debt. But now, because of this conversation, it's transforming, first into what it always was, a handmade thank you. And then finally, into its truest form, a sacred blessing. His mother helps him see it in a whole new light. She doesn't see some cheap, inadequate gift. She sees her son's pure, first attempt to say thank you in the only way he knew how. The intention was perfect, even if the hands were a little clumsy. And there it is. That's the final, peaceful destination. The lanyard is no longer a measure of what it wasn't. It's a beautiful testament to what it was. The very first time his love became a real physical thing that he could give her. And this is where it all comes together. The ultimate takeaway from this beautiful story? Well, it's really a lesson for all of us about how to see the love that's quietly holding us up every single day. So their conversation leaves us with all this incredible wisdom. It teaches us that love isn't some debt we have to repay, that seeing things late is still a kind of seeing. It reminds us that all those quiet, ordinary, daily acts of care, that's the real stuff, the deepest gift of all. And our only job is to carry that love forward and to find sacred meaning in the small, seemingly useless things that actually connect us. If you take just one thing away from all this, let it be this. The deepest desire of love isn't to get something back. It's not a transaction. It's just to be acknowledged, to be witnessed, to be seen for what it is. So I'll leave you with this question, right from the heart of the story. What are the lanyards in your own life? What small, seemingly weightless gifts are just waiting for you to finally see them, not as debts, but as the incredible blessings they've always been?